Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, so the reason why it's titled Respect the Nickname is because I feel like there's people out there that will hear a person's real name and then they want to call them by their real name. So like, let's say for an example, if my nickname was like, T or something, you know, like people is just everywhere I went, people, they just called me T. But then there was that one person that asked me like, oh, what does T stand for? And I'm like, oh, it stands for my first name, Tyler. And out of nowhere, I don't know this individual, but they just start walking up on me, just talking about, oh, hey, Tyler. I would look at them and be all like, huh? I'm like, nah, bro, you can only call me T. I'm like, I don't know you like that. That's just weird. You know, my family, like, and let's say if it's on some stuff where it's like not even my own family calls me by my like government name, like, no, you could just call me T and stuff. And then let's say this person, they on some like true legitimate like Karen type stuff, and they're like, well, I don't feel comfortable calling you T, so I'm just gonna call you Tyler. I would tell that person, I'm not going to respond. I'm like, unless you call me T, but I'm like, I'm not going to respond to you. I'm all like, I knew I should have never. I'm like, ever since I seen you walk up out that bathroom without washing your hands, I knew something wasn't right with you. But overall, it's like, that's just how I feel when it comes to like nicknames, where it's like, if a person tells me their nickname, I'm always going to respect that. I'm always going to respect it, where it's like, okay, which name do you want me to call you? Your real name, your government name, or your nickname? If they're like, oh, I don't care, I'm like, all right, you know, then it just, I don't know how, it ain't on some stuff, it's like on however I'm feeling, but it's like, you know, I guess like whatever, you know, comes out first. If I call you T, Tyler, whatever, it's like, hey, you know, then it's like, but if you tell me, it's all like, hey, you know, just call me T, I'm like, say less. I'm like, I apologize and stuff. So, but no, like overall, there are at times though where people, because like I know people probably ask me like, well, what name would you prefer to go by? Because there's people out there on the internet, they call me by my real name. Like if it's like friends, people that I trust, it's okay for them to call me by my real name. But it's crazy how like they will still call me by my nickname. You know, it ain't even like crazy where it's like I want them to stop, but it's like, it's crazy how they can call me by my real name, but then there's people out there that I don't even know like that, where it's like, or if we've had some beef and they feel comfortable calling me by my real name, they're like, no, I'm not calling him TMossBoss, I'm calling him Tyler because I have the rights to call him Tyler. It's like, no, you do not have the rights to call me Tyler. No, it's people out there that's like that, that's super weird. Like just recently there is a guy that was joining my stream, and that's why I might this gonna probably might be a 2-part podcast like episode and stuff, because I wanted to talk on this and I wanted to actually talk on, you know, the real reason why I'm even talking about the nickname stuff in the first place. But anyways, but no, this guy, he joined my stream. It was a hater trying to be a fan, and I'm like, bruh, like I can tell a mile away that you wasn't right. But no, he would join my stream talking about, oh, hey Tyler, how's it going? Hey Tyler, what you doing? And I'm like, I don't know you like that. Don't call me by my first name. It's like, you could call me T, you could call me Moss, you could call me Boss, you could call me TMossBoss, you could call me any of those names. I don't know you like that to be calling me by my actual name, all right? But like, my actual name is for people that I trust, people that, you know, I'm cool with, friends, family. But other than that, it's like, and it's funny because when I hear my like family or friends or whoever, when they call me TMossBoss, it's weird because I'm like, fam, that's like, that's the stage name, that's the content creating name. I'm like, you can call me by my real name. I'm not asking you to call me by like my stage name or anything. You can call me. You're cool. I know you. But it's people that I don't know where it's like, and then if it's on some stuff, because I know people will probably ask that question like, oh, well, what do you say to like like a doctor? Or what do you say to a coworker at your job? What do you say, like, the thing is this, I know that person. If it's somebody that I'm meeting face to face, especially if it's like a doctor, people that they're gonna have my my government name and stuff. That's cool. That's fine. But even then, it's like if I were to have like a nickname where it's like it's T, or, or if I'm going by my middle name, or if I'm going by my last name where it's all like, hey, you could just call me this. I will tell that person where it's like, you could call me this name. But that's the thing where it's like, if it's a person I'm meeting face to face, where it's like, so I know people would say some stuff like that where it's like, okay, well, if it's like your doctor, it's like, okay, he is in that rights to call me by my first name. Even though I don't know him, he's just one of the exceptions to the rules and stuff. He or she can call me by my first name. But if it's somebody that I don't get along with, right? Knowing them, they gonna be disrespectful regardless. They're gonna be all like, no, I'm not gonna call you by your nickname. I'm calling you by your real name. The crazy thing is like, it's funny because let's say if I were to find out their real name and I were to plaster it all over the internet and stuff, they gonna feel a certain way about that. So that's why I'm like, to me, it's funny how it's like how that backwards, energy, how it works out, where it's like, it's okay for them to call me by my real name, but it ain't okay for me to call them by their real name. That's why I'm like, it's stuff like that where it's just, it's so weird. But no, this is why I think that it's so weird, because why are people so fascinated about calling you by your real name? Like, no, there is the one video of the basketball player Steph Curry. So Steph, like, because I thought his first name was like Steven or something, right? And I thought people, just called him Steph for short. Turns out that's not even his name, all right? Or, I mean, it is, but it's his middle name. His first name, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, I'm just saying this, to give you guys context or, what's going on in the story and stuff. But, his real name, his first name is Wardell. So there was a time when he was in an interview, and this guy, it was like one of them like after game interviews. But anyways, so the guy stands up, because I think that's how it works. They gotta like stand up, go to a microphone, then that's when they ask them questions about their performance on tonight's game or whatever. So anyways, so the interviewer's all like, Wardell, how do you feel about your performance tonight in your game? Steph had looked at him and gave him the look like, bro, do I know you? Like, how do you know that's... Well, I mean, you can, like, look at their name up and stuff on social media and things, or look it up on the internet and see that that's their real name. But still, though, you just have that respect for that person to call them by the name that everybody else is calling them. You don't hear his teammates calling him Wardell. You don't hear the coach calling him Wardell. If that name is reserved for his family, fam, let that name be reserved for his family, because that's how I see it, where it's like, that's just a name reserved for his family, or it could be on some stuff. And it's actually a fun fact that my sister, she's on her Steph Curry stuff. She goes by her middle name, or like, well, it's a nickname for her middle name. So like, I think it's like Steven or Stefan or whatever, and it's like however it's pronounced. I don't know. I feel like I'm mispronouncing it. I need to hear him actually say, because I've always have called him Steph. All right, but anyways, but no, my sister, she's on the same stuff where it's like she goes by like a nickname for her middle name. And so I respect that. There's been times where I have been like mad at my sister to where I wanted to do like a Samoa drop on her or something. Cause I'm like, no, man. I'm like, Samoan drop. Okay. But no, it's like that freaking, full Nelson. I wanted to hit my sister with like a choke slam and things, freaking spear her. Oh yeah. There has been times where my sister, I didn't though, because I got respect for my sister, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a day where I catch her lacking and things. I'm hit her with like a spine buster or something. But anyways, but no, like, jokes aside though, my sister, her nickname, it's her, like, to me, that's her government name. All right, like, even though it's her nickname and stuff, I never just out of my way had called her by her first name, never. And I'm like, it's not like I just started talking to my sister like a couple of years back. Like I didn't know her since I've known my sister since birth, bro. We have grown up in the same house together. Okay, even when my like parents, our own parents, when they are mad at her because she's done something and things, they will call her by her nickname. I have never heard my parents call her by her government name before. That's just because we have respect to not go and cross that boundary. Now, I don't know why others can't be like that, like random people, but man, it's like when random people, when they find out your like real name, they want to just call you by your real name. And it's like, sir, ma'am, I don't know you like that. Don't call me by like, and I think overall though, if it's a work thing, if it's a doctor thing, if it's like something where it's like it's more in a professional environment and stuff, then it's like, okay, I can understand that. But if it's not, and I'm like, and like I said, if I just don't know the individual like that, and it's like, and I feel like people will probably try to like use like a doctor as an excuse. I'm like, bro, that's a doctor, it's like, yeah, unless you're a doctor, but it's like you can't use, like, that's the thing where it's like I feel like people will bring that up, and it's like you can't use that as if you're a doctor. It's like, and even if you are, but you still want to hate on my videos or whatever, it's like, nah, bro, no, you could call me by my nickname and stuff. So, but it's just, man, it's weird. It's weird that there's just people out there that's like that and stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to think of some other, but like, even if it's on some stuff where it's like, because I know people probably ask me like, well, how do I view that nickname stuff? I just said I have respect for it. I don't call it like, because it could be Steph Curry where I'm calling that man Steph, not calling him Wardell. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is a stage name, but I will call him by Jamie Foxx. I'm like, hey, yo, Jamie, dope movie, dope music. I like your work. I like, all that stuff. If he looks me in the face and be all like, oh, you don't have to call me Jamie. You cool. We family. We friends. You could call me by my real name. A part of me is like, it's like, I feel like it's a privilege. Like he's welcoming you. He has trust in you to where you can overall like call him by his like actual government name and stuff. And even then where it's all like, nah, man, I got like respect for you where it's like, I can't, like, I don't want to be out in public. And then you all like, okay, we got to switch back to calling me, Jamie Foxx and things. I'm like, nah, man, it's like, I appreciate the, the offer and stuff. But I'm like, it's just, it's weird. Like, like I don't know, like a part of me is like, I think I would take that offer. But at the same time, it's just gonna be hard to try to like remember. And it's like, okay, then we go out in public, I gotta be all like, hey, yo, and it's like, and then because I feel like I'll be yelling out his real name, everybody's looking at me all like, what you doing? What's wrong with you? Why are you calling that name out like that? I mean, Jamie Foxx, I'm like, over here, Jamie. And so that's why it's like, it's stuff like that. I'm trying to think of some other. I do remember though that there was a time where there was a girl that I went to school with, and she just like randomly had a name change, and it was like, and it's gonna take some time getting used to. And I guess like at a young age, me being this like mindless kid where it's just like I had respect for nobody and stuff. No, I do remember where it was like I think I might have called her by her actual name by mistake or something. And yeah, overall, but it was, I think after that, it's like, I know her like still remember her first name, but I do remember the nickname. And I'm like, it's just one of those things where it's just, if I were to see her out in public and we were to talk, and I'm like, all right, what name do you want me to call you and stuff? I'm like, do you want me to call you this name or this name? And I'm like, because I have that respect for individuals. Like now I'm like, as a grown man and stuff, and just a more of a respecting person, yeah, it's like I have that respect to not disrespect the person by calling them a name that they don't want to be called. Because there is also a clip off of Gordon Ramsay's show Hell's Kitchen. And there was a contestant that was on there that he wanted to be called the nickname, but Gordon had called him his government name. And so he sat down with Gordon Ramsay and told him like, hey, look, that name, it brings back like bad memories and stuff, because I think it was like some like personal stuff. And no, Gordon Ramsay, he respected it. He called them by his the nickname. He called them by his like the name that he wanted to be called and stuff. And I don't know why there's people out there that just can't respect that. There's people out there that just they think like, oh no, if I know your first name, I'm gonna call you. And it's like, fam, I don't know you like that. Do not call me by my first name, all right? So that just goes out to anybody out there. And the thing is this. I know people are going to probably be all like, bro, this is the internet. People ain't going to listen, which is true. I know people ain't going to listen. That's something I ain't got no control over. But I guess if there are people out there, because I'm like, no, it's like if I were to start calling people by their first name and stuff, I know they're going to have an issue about it. So it's like, imagine if it was you. Imagine if it was you where it's like somebody was calling you. But I don't know why I'm saying that, because it's like I've said that before where it's like, okay, put yourself in that person's shoes. They don't be wanting to do that because they scared to be in another person's shoes and stuff. So yeah, that's just... ain't no reason to even go down that route. It's like a person knows what they're doing. So it's like, you know what you're doing and you have that choice on stopping, like, then stop. But don't try to carry on with something. There ain't even no reason to carry on with it and things. But that's overall talking on that nickname stuff. It's like, don't be calling a person by their nickname. You don't even know that. Or by their government name and you don't even... But even if it's like where, if they do have a nickname, right? And I forgot to talk on that, where it's like, let's say if they do have a nickname, but they look at you and they be all like, no, you could call me by my government name. I don't know, you just respect it. Whether it's their nickname or government name, respect it, all right? So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.